Hi everyone! Welcome to this lecture entitled with Why Should We Learn Python Programming? You may have heard about that Python is one of the most popular programming languages in recent years, and I want to say something really interesting about this. As can be seen from this graph, Python is the most popular introductory teaching language at the top US universities in recent years. And also the universities in other countries have begun to teach Python as an introductory teaching language in computer science and some other faculties. According to the many surveys, Python is popularly used programming language among programmers and data scientists all over the world. Also, Python is widely used programming language in the IT companies so that they have adopted Python as their development language, and the number of companies using Python are increasing rapidly, which creates large job opportunities for Python-trained professionals. So, who uses Python then? Actually, there are so many gigantic and well-known tech companies are using Python as their primary or secondary or supportive development language. As you can see, here's a brief list of some of well-known companies using Python. You already know the most of these companies. Google, Facebook. Actually in Facebook they are mainly using PHP and C++, but they use Python in production engineering. It's the third most favorite language at the company behind C++ and PHP. And YouTube, Twitter, NASA, Dropbox, IBM, Firefox, Rackspace, Pinterest, and goes on like that. These top lead companies and so many others use Python. According to the Siftery.com, which is a website that provides information which companies uses which software technologies, as you can see, over 8,000 registered companies are using Python, as you can see in here. That's really a great number. And that means when you learn Python, you'll have a wide range of job opportunities. And let's look at this graph together. In this graph, we can see that the blue line, which is rapidly increasing, represents the job opportunities in Python. And you can see that when you learn Python, you'll become in a very advantageous position in terms of the job opportunities when we compare to the other programming languages. So the job opportunities for Python are overwhelming. So do you wonder why? Then let me explain the main reasons why Python is one of the most used and most popular programming languages. First of all, Python is very easy to use, powerful and versatile programming language. These are making it a great choice for especially beginners and even experts alike. Also, Python is a very high-level programming language, so it makes very easy to understand. While you are coding with Python, you can feel writing like daily English, which takes a lot of syntax learning, stress of coding for programmers, and thus Python's readability makes it a great choice for the first programming language. It allows you to think like a programmer and not waste your time understanding the mysterious syntax that some other programming languages can require. Let's assume that we want to print just hello world message on the screen in Java and Python. So let's compare these two programming languages. Let's look at how we can write just hello world message in both programming languages. As you can see in here, in Java, even if you want to write just hello world message, you have to write these old stuffs. And as you can see, Java has quite complex syntax by comparison with the Python programming. But in Python, all you have to do is just to write print hello world. That's all. If you don't know the print and if you don't have any programming experience, don't worry, we are going to learn what does mean of the print function in our upcoming lectures in details. So we are going on. When we compare these two programming languages, for example, as you could see, Python is quite easy to read and write. So our choice is Python, of course. No necessary to crowd of code. In my point of view, the simplicity is the key to success, and we have chosen the simple, powerful, and easy one. So we have chosen Python. Another good feature of Python is its flexibility. As a dynamically typed language, Python is really flexible actually. This means there are no strict rules on how to build your programs, and you will have more flexibility while solving your problems with using different methods. Furthermore, Python is also more forgiving of errors, so you'll still be able to compile and run your program until you find the error-prone part of your program. And another feature is that Python is free and open source. Python is an open source software which makes it free to use and distribute. In simple terms, you can freely distribute copies of this software or read its source code, make changes on it, use pieces of it in a new free programs, and you can do much more beyond these. The other one is portability. Python programs can run on a wide variety of hardware platforms, and they have the same interfaces on all the platforms. Due to its open source nature, Python has been ported to the many platforms. All your Python programs can work on any of these platforms without requiring any changes at all. You can run your Python programs on Linux, Windows, macOS, and more operating systems. And Python is interpreted. This feature requires a bit of more explanation. Python is processed at runtime by the interpreter. You don't need to compile your program before executing it. This feature is similar to Perl and PHP. Maybe some of you know them. So this also makes your Python programs much more portable, since you can just copy your Python programs onto another computer and it just works. That's great. Another feature is that Python supports many coding styles: procedural, functional, and object-oriented programming. In procedural programming languages, the program is built around procedures or functions which are nothing but reusable parts of your programs. In object-oriented programming languages, the program is built around the objects which combine the data and functionality. Python is a very powerful but simplistic way of doing object-oriented programming, especially when we compare to the big programming languages such as Java or C++. And the other one is that Python is extensible. If you need a critical piece of your code to run very fast, or want to have some piece of the algorithm not to be open to the outside, you can code that part of your program with C or C++ and then run this code within your Python programs. That's a really nice feature. In addition to do that, you can embed and run your Python codes within your C or C++ programs to be able to give the scripting capabilities to your program's users. And Python has an extensive library support. The Python standard library is huge actually. It can help you to do various things, including regular expressions, documentation generation, unit testing, threading, databases, web browsers, FTP, email, XML, HTML, GUI, which stands for the graphical user interface, and the other system-dependent stuff, and much more. As you can see, Python has extremely useful features. We have only mentioned some of the great advantages in here. Throughout the course, we will continue to talk about these advantages and show these advantages by doing our examples and writing our programs. So in a nutshell, it will be super useful for you to learn Python programming because of these main advantages. And as last, briefly, I want to mention about what you can do after completing this course. By the end of this course, you will be able to, since you will learn the programming logic very well, if you want to learn another programming language, you will be able to learn any programming language easily. Since you will learn the logic of object-oriented programming with the classes very well, you'll be able to learn like Java or Ruby programming languages easily. You will make your own web pages with using Python. You can start to work on the data science or big data, machine learning or deep learning, or even artificial intelligence softwares. You can work on all of them with using Python. You will be able to crawl data from the web pages. You'll get the fundamentals of the GUI programming so that you can build your own desktop applications with using PyQt library. Maybe the most important one is that when you complete this course, you'll be able to write into your resume that I know Python programming as a high-level skill, and you will get your Python job easily. These are just some of the advantages of learning Python programming. Throughout the course, you will have all these advantages by learning Python gradually and methodically. So this is the end of this lesson. See you in our next lesson.